Hello, happy hump day, and welcome to my stamp studio. My name is Beth Maxwell, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and super excited to be here today. I love doing these hump day videos. It's a lot of fun. So if you're joining me today, let me know where you're joining from and what you're having for lunch. For lunch, I had barbecue chicken pizza, which was left over from last night, so it was really pretty yummy. And yep, I was just checking on one other thing there. Today we're going to be working with our framed and festive stamp set. I actually did a virtual class on this on Monday. I'll make sure to put the link to the video in the description here when it goes up on YouTube, as well as on the Facebook page. I have uploaded Monday's class to YouTube already. What is amazing about that class is, let me show you those cards that we did. We did a little snowman card and kind of mixed it with a penguin, created our envelope. We created a nice little happy, joyful card and a cute little fun fold. So if you haven't watched that video, hop over there and watch it. Now, this class you can get free, so you get the card kit. The card kit includes all the supplies that you need for 6 cards. It includes envelopes. It will not include the images or the die cuts that are from our framed florets dies, which we're going to also be using today. You will need to have these dies yourself to do some of the other die cutting. But all the other dies that are not part of that will be included. So like your stitch circle, your scallop here. And I will not be including the iridescent pearls. You can either purchase that in my online store, or if you spend $50 in my online store, I'm going to send those to you with your class kit. So lots of fun. Check it out. And I do have more information on my website. So if you go to www.mystampstudio, you'll see the information there. It will be on Monday or Tuesday's post. I don't remember which day I posted it up there. So let's get started though today. And we are going to, like I said, make a money holder. We're going to be using our envelopes, and you know what, I actually forgot to see if these were actually still in the catalog, so I'm hoping they are. Anyways, they're the slimline envelopes. They come in soft succulent, smoky slate, and white, and they have a little pattern on the inside of the envelopes here, so you can see all those. But I thought this was a great way to make those last minute money holders that we need. I mean, it's always hard sometimes to shop for some people, right? We all have people on our list that we're, challenged with shopping for, or maybe they're teenagers, and teenagers are kind of picky on what they want, right? So I'm going to show you how to make a really fun slimline card that you can use as a money holder. So in addition to our framed florets and our framed and festive stamp set, I'm going to be pulling in our sweet candy canes. This is my my studio card club for the month, and I'll show that at the end of the video. But I also have spots available for that, and that registration goes through November 17th. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll put a link to the information. I can't put the actual link to the registration page only because Stampin' Up! Has policy that doesn't allow us to do that. So it'll be a link with information in it, and then you'll have to request from me to send you that registration. We'll also be using our candy cane dies. So let's get started so that you can get back to your lunch, or maybe you're eating lunch now. If you're eating lunch, share with me what you're eating. So I am taking a piece of basic white. You can use thick or you can use regular basic white. Doesn't really matter. And I have measured this to be 8.5 by 8.5. I have then scored at 3 inches. So I'm going to score right here at 3 inches with my light scoring blade. And then I have to expand my trimmer here. Let me just open that up and flip it around here. And then I'm going to score at 7 inches because our holder here is going to be 3.5 inches wide. So I score at 7 inches, just like this. And now I have also a 1.5 inch flap. That is going to form our pocket for our money. So this is our holder. Let's get to actually decorating this. So So I cut a piece of soft succulent, and this measures 3¼ inch by 8¼ so that will fit right on the top, just like that. I'm going to move this off to the side for a moment. And then I took some of my Designer Series paper from the Fitting Florets Designer Series paper. This is limited time only Designer Series paper, so if you like it, make sure you get it. Once it's gone, it's gone. And let me just show you some of the fun papers in here. So you have these really cute and just beautiful prints. You can use them for the holidays. You can use them for any season, really. So I just love this paper in here. This is, I probably think this and the one I'm going to be using are my two favorite pieces. This is the piece that we're actually going to be using today. Yeah, lots of fun paper in there. Okay, if you want to see more, look on the class from Monday, and you'll see more designs of that. I then have my Designer Series paper. I've cut this down to be 8 inches by 3 inches, and that's going to layer right on our soft succulent here. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to put it right on so that we have it on there. Now, when you're using your seal, you need to have a light touch to it. If you push too hard, it's not going to roll very well. So just let me know that. So let's go ahead and center this right on our soft succulent here. Just like that. And we're going to go ahead and put it right on our card front. Hello, Diane. Hello, Amy. Hello, Barbara. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Now, oops, I got this going the wrong way. Let me just change my direction here. Because even though it's going to open and your money is going to be here, I am going up and down with this. Okay, so we've got our front. Let's go ahead and get our little pocket formed. Now for this, I'm going to use tear and tape. I like to use my tear and tape when I need a really strong adhesive. You could actually use your Seal Plus as well. In fact, you know what? I'll just use a Seal Plus. So we're just going to put it all on the end here. Okay, don't put any in here because it's going to form your pocket. So I'm going to press that down. I'm going to take my money and I'm going to slide it right in there. Okay, you can stamp your sentiment or anything else in here, write your little note. But this is going to be our front here. Now, I'm going to pull in some of the scraps. So when I cut down my soft succulent, I had a scrap here. When I cut my basic white here, I also have a scrap. And when I cut down my Designer Series paper, I have about a 1/2 inch strip. I'm going to be putting that right in here just to give my inside a little pop. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take my liquid glue for this piece. And it's only 8 inches, so it's not going to be the full length, just so you're aware of that. So I'm just going to put this right in here. And now because I'm using my liquid glue, I can slide it to where I need it to be. Just gives a little something on the inside. All right, so I'm going to move this over along with my envelope. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our candy cane and our little leaves here. So I've got my Real Red stamp pad. Ink this up here. And I'm going to stamp it right on my white. Just like that. Now I can fussy cut this out if I wanted, or I can use my dies. I'm going to be using my dies. I have them. I'm going to use them. And what's really cool too about the Designer Series paper that coordinates with this stamp set, you get all this paper of candy canes, and you can use the dies to cut out these candy canes. So let's grab those dies real quick, and I'll show you what that looks like. So there are 2 different candy cane dies, and they go 2 different directions. So you can just lay it on your paper and run this through your die cut machine and have perfect shaped candy canes every time. Love this paper. And as part of the candy cane class, the sweet candy cane class, you're going to get a 1/2 pack of this. So your 1/2 pack is going to be 6 by 12. I'm going to cut these right in half, and I send that to you. All right. And we'll just put this away right away. I'm going to pull out the little leaf here. Kind of like a holly leaf. I don't know. I'm calling it a holly leaf. And then I'm going to pull in my evening evergreen. And I'm going to stamp that on my soft succulent paper here. Now I've obviously stamped a couple already and die cut them out. All right, and that's okay that I have that edge, because you know what, we're die cutting that, it's not going to make a big difference. If I was stamping on a card front, I'd be really bummed that I did that, but I'm not, so we're all good. Okay, let's move this out of the way for right now, and let's get our die cutting going. In addition to doing our candy cane, so I need this die here, I'm going to be doing these little leaves, so we'll get out the 2 little leaves. And they're identical, so I can cut 2 leaves at the same time. I'm also pulling in a piece of evening evergreen, and this measures, it doesn't really matter how long, it can't be more than 3.5 inches wide. And I'll pull in my framed floret dies. So there's a whole bunch of oval shaped dies in here, and they're really nice frames. So not only does it cut out the outside, but it cuts out the inside. So we're going to be using this one and this one. All right, so on the evening evergreen, I'm going to be cutting this. On my basic white here, I'm going to cut this frame. Now, tip about this, this will not fit in your mini die cut machine just like this. You're going to have to turn it just a little bit. But all of these dies in here will fit in the mini die cut machine. So that's a big bonus. So you don't have to have necessarily the big die cut machine. And I'm just popping out some of these little pieces that I had from my multiple cuts here. So I'm just poking through and just getting out those extra pieces, because sometimes that can stop the die from actually die cutting out everything you need. So just make sure you have all those scrap pieces out. All right, let's bring in our die cut machine. Let's scoot some of these over here. All right, so here's a little mini machine. So you can see in comparison to a card, it's not much bigger in width-wise. It's about 6 inches wide or something like that. And so just so you have a general idea about how big it is. It's pretty small. It's pretty lightweight. And what's nice is you can have it on your tabletop or your desktop, and it doesn't take up that much room. So let's go ahead and cut out our candy cane. Now, sometimes with some of these dies, I do like to use my Post-it note tape to hold them in place. I'm going to wing it today. It's lunch break. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to dig that out. And you know what? Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Just saying. Okay, now I'm going to grab my leaves here. And this is the one that tends to hop around. So if I were to pull out my little tape, this is when I would do it. But I'm going to take a risk and just die cut these without the tape. So what I do is when I put my plates down, I hold my fingers right over my dies so that they don't move around. When you're using little dies, sometimes they can bounce around. So I actually hold my fingers there until it gets under those rollers, and then I roll it through. All right, so we got those pieces cut now. I actually need 4 of them. Like I said, I have a couple already die cut. Now we're going to take our frame here, and I'm just going to roll this through. This frame is awesome. I've been using it quite a bit. I do have some other cards, I believe, off to my side to show you too. So I have lots of show and tell afterwards. All right, so here is the frame. So I have a nice little oval here, and I have a frame. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to put this aside for another project. And now I'm going to grab that piece of white. I'm going to show you how I'm going to die cut this one. So I am just going to turn it on here. I want to make sure that my paper doesn't go out past the front of there, and that I'm have this angled so it's all on my plate. All right. So what I would suggest is cut your paper as wide as your plate is. That way you know it's going to fit. All right, so let's get this moved through here. And now we have two pieces. So I have an oval, which I'm going to use on this project. I'm going to be layering my evening evergreen on that one. Let's get rid of my little pieces here. And this one I'm going to use for a later project. All right, let's put these away, just so I have everything kind of in one spot and I don't have to go looking for it later. That, and if I don't pick up my stuff, I tend to lose it. It gets lost on my desk. Anyone else have that problem? Okay, put these away real quick. There we go. All right, let's get some more stamping going here. So I'm going to bring back in my evening evergreen, and I'm bringing back in my framed and festive stamp set. You can choose whichever greeting you want. I really like this. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I don't know why. It's probably my favorite one out of here. I don't know why. It just is. So I'm going to take that, and I'm leaving my frame right now right on top of my oval. I don't have it adhered yet, but what this is allowing me to do is seeing where I have to stamp this. So I'm going to stamp it right there, just like that. And we'll get that clean real quick. We'll close up our stamp pad because that's all the stamping that we're going to be doing. Okay, let's get to assembling our card. So now I'm just going to pull in all the little pieces. So here we go. I think I have a couple more little leaves around here somewhere. Here we are. Okay. So I've got 4 little leaves. We'll get rid of our scraps here. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere my oval right to the front, my oval frame to the front of my oval. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to put it, now there's little dashes in here. So when I'm doing this, I'm putting it right towards that inside edge. I don't really want my glue to be showing through. So I'm just, oops, taking a thin bead of that. And then I'm going to layer it right on. Just like that. Okay. Give it a little press. All right. Now that is going to be going on the front of my card. I am going to also put my candy cane there. I'm going to pop up my candy cane on dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this down right away. Right there. Now notice I didn't go right to the edge of that oval. That is because I'm going to be tucking in some of these little leaves right behind there, depending on where my candy cane's going. So I'm going to have one there. I'm going to tuck one behind. So I'm going to get just a little bit of adhesive on my leaf there and put it right there. All right, this one is going to go right here. Up a little bit. Okay. Then I have this one. And I'm going to put this one right here. So I kind of had that big white opening there. And then this one I'm just going to set right over here. This card actually goes pretty quick. So at night before you need to have a gift, there you go. Now you have a really great gift to give. And let's get our dimensionals and put this popped up on there. So here we go. Just going to grab a couple. All right, and you know what? I feel like I need a little piece right there. So we'll put that right at the top. All right, to peel off those backings. I will have a supply list added to the description in the YouTube video, and I'll also add it into the comments on the Facebook page. I'll do that after work today, though. All right, so there we go. Now I need to have a little bow. So let's get our little bow here. I'm using the Evening Evergreen Open Weave ribbon. So I'm just going to make 2 little loops here and tie a bow. And of course, because I have glue on my fingers, it's going to be a little more challenging. But hey, if it wasn't a challenge, it wouldn't be fun, right? I can say that about crafting things. When it comes to life and job and my work, yeah, I don't really, yeah, not a fan. All right. I'd rather be able to get my job done. Okay. So let's go ahead. I just need to adjust this a little bit. Here we go. Give it a nice tug. And now I'm just going to trim down my ends here. And I'm going to put this right on top. I think we'll put it up here. And I'm just going to use a glue dot to do that. You can use your liquid glue. I prefer using glue dots to adhere my bows. It just, I don't know, it seems to me to work a little easier. So go ahead and push that right on there. And then put it on your card front, just like that. Okay. Now, we just need a little something more. I'm going to pull in my iridescent pearls. If you purchase a place a $50 order in my online store through tomorrow night, you will get a package of these, and you'll also receive the class kit from Monday. Here it is. I was looking for my tick pick tool. All right. Now, if I wanted to color these, which I think we will, I'm going to grab my Real Red Blend or my Cherry Cobbler, whichever one I happen to grab first. I love using blends on my pearls here. Oh, well, that was, no, this is my bad. This was my bad one. No wonder I had it over there. I kind of broke down my brush tip here, and that will happen. I mean, these are not lifelong pens. You will have to replace them at some point. But when I have it like this, then it's perfect for these kind of things. And that's just because I was misbehaving when I used it the other day. Okay, so I'm going to take these. It just takes a moment for those to dry. And we'll go ahead and put some, oh, we'll put one right there. I'll put one down here. And let's see, maybe one right over there. Okay, it just adds that little sparkle. And because they're iridescent, it just does still kind of give a little bit of sheen and shine, even though I've colored them. All right, let's get our envelope here. So here's our envelope. And now we can just slide this in, money already, right in, just like that. And there we go. We can send it off. We can take our little oval here that we had, and we can stamp another sentiment in it. We could put just a little, I think I'm going to do this. We're going to take our large, did I pop this one out here? I popped these out already. Our large one here. I'm going to take this right in the middle. Oh, this is going to turn out good. All right. So for here, this is always fun. So just put adhesive in the larger areas here. I'm sorry, I'm sniffling a little bit. I'm about to sneeze, and with having liquid glue in my hand, I don't want to grab a Kleenex yet. All right, so I'm just trying to put a little bit of glue just so it will hold down. The other thing you can do is you can run this through your die cut machine with the adhesive sheets, and that will put adhesive on the back. Here we go. All right. I'm going to put this right in the center, just like that. And I can take another little sentiment here. Let's see if I have another tag or something in here. Just looking for a little tag. Let's see. I don't want a large one. I want a smaller one. So I'm looking at my little bundle. So whenever I cut things, I cut extras just so I have them for this kind of occasion. And I know I have a little banner piece in here. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Sorry, I had to do that. And I'm going to take, let's take Noel, because that looks like it's going to fit best. Oh, you know what? Let's take our little Merry Christmas. Let's just do that one. And I'll go ahead and grab my black. I'm going to grab my Real Red. You know, I stamped my candy cane in Real Red. So let's just grab our Evening Evergreen. Stamp this right on there. And I'll clean it later. Oh. And before, I kind of think I want to put this right in there too. I just feel like I need something there. Well, we'll see. That might be good enough. All right, let's add a little bit more embellishment to this. I know that I'm not going to be mailing this. This is going to be something that's hand delivered. So I'm not going to worry about what's on the outside. But I just want to have a little knot here to tie and add to the front here. I'm going to put that right on here. And I'm going to pull out one of my little holiday trinkets. I just have to find where I put them. Because I didn't think about it earlier, and I don't have them sitting out. Okay, I guess I won't do it then. So what I was really thinking about doing is adding one of our little Jingle Bell trinkets. I'll show you some cards with that in just a minute. But in the meantime, let's just adhere all this together. I'll go ahead and get a glue dot again. Put that right on my candy cane. Just looking for my glue dot there. Decide which side of the knot that you like better, so you can put that facing up. Okay, that's going to put my candy cane right there. And I think we'll go ahead and pop this up too. I was looking for my larger pieces here. So I'm going to put one here. One here. I might as well use this strip right here. Just like that. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of frame there. So I just pulled off dimensionals and just added them. That's all I was doing. All right, and we'll put this right on the front. Peel our backing off our sentiment here. You could even do a to and from. But there we go. How cute is that? What do you think? And it took under half an hour to get this all done. And that's with me talking. So imagine if you're just doing this, you're going to crank this out. Someone's going to open it and be all sorts of glad. Now, the other thing that you can put in here is if you'd like to get a Stampin' Up! Gift certificate, you can order those from me and I will send it to you. And then you can make your little frame. So all you do is have to email me and let me know that you'd like to purchase a $50 gift certificate. That gift certificate is only available through me in my online store. You can't just go to Stampin' Up! And use it. You have to go through me. But I'll send you that and you can gift it to one of your favorite crafters. All right, let me show you those other cards that I was talking about that we did on Monday. And I'll show you the Sweet Candy Cane Club. Now, people have already started ordering the Candy Cane Club, so make sure that you get on there because there are limited supplies right now. And I just need to get my flyer out. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Yeah, okay, I guess I'll just show you the projects. I had them, my flyers out. Just bear with me a minute. Here we go. All right. So I have our Sweet Candy Cane. Oh, this is our framed and festive class. Again, I'm going to start with these then because I had this handy. If you purchase $35 in my online store, you're going to get the supplies for 6 cards with envelopes. I do not include the embellishment. I'll give you the ribbon, though, that we used. You'll get some ribbon in there. You need to use the host code. That's very important. So when you go and spend $35 in my online store, you have to use this host code. That tells me that you want this card kit for free. And if you spend $50 by tomorrow night, I will give you a pack of those iridescent pearls that we were using. If for some reason this becomes unavailable, you'll get the basic pearls. So you're going to get some pearls. Okay. Next is our Fond of Autumn class. And that class is a class to go. My registration actually is ending on Sunday. I'm doing that so that I can have everything prepped and ready for you to be sent out before Thanksgiving. And so in this class, I grabbed the wrong cards because those are not going to help you. You're going to be getting a kind of a variety pack of designer series paper. Normally I'll give you a half a pack of designer series paper. This I'm giving you kind of a mixture from a couple different packets. So really fun. You're going to be getting some copper foil so you can make this card. You'll be getting the brushed metallic dots there. Let's see, what's the next card? These are not those cards. This is one of the cards. This is one of the cards. So you get 5 projects. So you get 4 cards. So you have 4 cards. And then you're going to get little pillow boxes to make these little treat things for your Thanksgiving table. All right. Let's move that one out of the way. And our last thing is our candy canes. I am super excited about this class. So let me show you the projects here because I just love them. They're awesome. So this is your kit, basically. You're going to be getting your pre-cut packages. You will be making 8 cards. I actually am giving a bonus card this month. It's a shaker card, and I'll show you what those cards look like in a minute. But all of your card kits come in with their envelopes. They're already pre-cut and everything scored. The dies that are not part of the candy cane suite will all be done for you, and it's all in your package. You're going to be getting some shimmer glimmer paper in there, and these adorable little jingle bell trinkets, and they're flat. They are actually thinner than a dimensional, so they're awesome. Let me show you the projects in that. And you do get a half a pack of the designer series paper and the red and green ribbon. So these projects are right here. So you get a fun fold. You get another fun fold. You're going to get a pendulum card. So you're going to get instructions how to make that. So all the classes actually have a PDF file tutorial listing all the supplies, all the measurements, and step-by-step instructions, as well as there'll be video links for it. You'll be making this card. And then this is the bonus project. So all of these, you get supplies to make 2 of each card. Okay. And the bonus project is this shaker card. I'm going to give you everything you need to make this shaker card. You will need to have your inks, your stamps, and your adhesive. But I'm actually going to be giving you some of those foam strips so you can make your cards. And I'll be giving you those little embellishments in there. All right. You'll use the designer series paper that you get as part of your class to create all these cards. But then everything else is done for you. You'll use your embellishments and the ribbon that you all get as part of the class. And all right, so some of the other cards that we made using the framed florets and festive floret dies. Framed floret stamp set, framed floret dies. So here is a card we made the other day, and I was hoping to show more, but I don't have them handy. And this is another seasonal one. Again, you can tell that must be my favorite paper. So there we go. Thanks for watching today. I hope you liked today's projects, and I hope you are able to find someone that would just love to get this little money holder. Take care. Have a great week. See you tomorrow night for Stampin' Fun and More at 6:44. And I will put up the links later on this evening. Bye.